Now, Daniel Jeremiah is a guy from NFL Network, NFL.com, that has worked in several front offices over the course of his career in the NFL. Now a TV guy, so let's take a look at his mock draft. Again, Burrows and Chase Young, 1-2 consensus pretty much with everybody. He has Okudah going 3 to the Lions. Then take a look at this. Tristan Wirfs 4, Herbert and Tua going 5 and 6, but Wills, another offensive tackle the Browns kind of like, going to the Cardinals. The Jaguars taking Becton, so he has 3 of those tackles going off the board, and he has the Browns taking the Swiss Army knife defender that everybody seems to be intrigued by with his talents in Isaiah Simmons. Simmons is a guy who has a unique skill set without question, and Jeremiah feels he has the skill set that a defensive player in today's NFL game must have to be successful at the position he plays.
You see what we see here with Isaiah Simmons, where it allows you to keep your guys on the field and not get manipulated, where they can sub and get you in a look, and once they get you in a look, they're going to crank the tempo and they're going to isolate the guy that's out of position and go at him. Well, when you've got players with versatility, they have that ability to be able to cover a tight end, but yet somebody that can also hold up at the point of attack if you want to try and run it down their throats. Somebody that can cover in the slot, somebody that can drop back and play the deep half. It allows you to disguise your looks defensively, allows you to confuse quarterbacks, and allows you to match up with the athletes you're going to see. So those guys have never been more valuable. And, you know, one of the conversations that I've had over the last few years, and really even more so this year, is with the linebackers. It doesn't matter if you are an unbelievably instinctive player and you're tough and you're physical. If you cannot run, they can't hide you anymore. You're going to get exposed. So at that position, you have to lean towards athleticism. Becton is my 7th player overall. Wills is my 10th. I view that as kind of the top tier for me, those 2 guys. Then I think right behind them is Wirfs. He's my 13th player. And then Andrew Thomas is my 18th player. So I have 4 top 20 guys, in my opinion, but I think there's a little bit of separation between those. God didn't make many like this. I mean, he is the definition of a freak. He's to be that big and to still be able to move the way he does is incredible. And he dominates in the run game. In the pass game, even though he's still working through, you know, some things technically, he's so big and so long, you can't get through him and you can't get around him. And I've had a chance to see some of the training stuff he's been doing down there. He's training with one of the best offensive line guys in the country, with Duke Manyweather, and the job he does out of Dallas. And you can see it in the video. It's just this kid getting more comfortable and getting better and better. So I think Jedrick Wills on day 1, you know, first day of practice, is going to be ahead of Becton. But I think Becton, the upside is what puts him over the top for me. So he's my top guy. Jedrick Wills is just a natural knee bender who's very explosive. He can get himself in bad positions and find ways to recover with his athleticism. You know, he played the right tackle spot there at Alabama. You've got a left-handed quarterback, so that makes sense. Put your best guy over there. I think he's got left tackle ability. I think he can kick over there no problem. And he's somebody in the run game, can uproot players. Again, just very explosive, very athletic player who I think he's a top 10 pick in just about any year, in my opinion. Tristan Wirfs, when I first watched him, I thought he was going to be a guard just because he had some issues oversetting. He got beat on a bunch of up and under moves, which worried me and concerned me a little bit. But I thought he got better as the year went along. And then obviously the show that he put on at the combine, you see the athleticism there, and you say, okay, well, I know this guy's, you know, he's got the ability to play, you know, to play better at tackle. So that's where I moved him back out, kept him at tackle. He's somebody that can really move people in the run game, but he's just got to be a little bit more patient in pass protection, continue to work and develop in that area. But again, he's somebody with tremendous upside. Andrew Thomas, he's just a big, powerful run blocker. He creates a lot of movement. When he gets his hands on you, he can really move you. He uproots guys, but I thought he was more of a one-track player. He struggled to adjust a little bit in space, and then in pass protection, if he can get out in front of you and stay square, he's fine. I did not see that elite level of foot quickness, and I thought when he sees some of the better speed rushers in the NFL, that could give him a little bit of trouble. So that's why I had him as the fourth guy.